My name is John Daro. I'm the lead colorist over at Water Tower Color. It's a color shop on the Warner Brothers lot. Hello, everybody out there in LG land. Oh, it's very exciting to see everything lined up like that. Rarely do you get the opportunity to see, all the top-end displays kind of head-to-head, and you can really see where the differences, shine, right? Where you might have one that performs in one area a little bit better and the other one that performs in a different area, but to have them all lined up, that was very, very cool, and thank you guys for putting that together. Oh, there's no such thing as perfect black, but yes, it was very nearing perfection. It was very, very dark and extremely black. I mean, that's always been the thing about when the OLEDs first came out. That was such a jump in image quality, right? And LG is known for having some of the best OLEDs in the market. I think the CX was the one that was really the killer display, right? Where it was the first time where the reference display and the consumer television, right? Consumer in air quotes, was very, very similar, right? And you could get a really good representation of your work on what would be considered a consumer set. It also opened up the doors for a lot of, aspiring colorists to be able to have a very good display to do work on, potentially in their home, in their garage, in their bedroom, whatnot. And that was a real paradigm shift in what the quality of display you could have. And I think that this current set of displays is showing that commitment to always pushing image quality and really, expanding color gamut, expanding range, because the goal is just to build a display that is like we see. And I think that you guys will keep striving to get there, and eventually we will. Absolutely. The best settings for your display, I'm gonna say this very slowly, Filmmaker mode. Filmmaker mode does a lot of things for you, but the best thing that it does is it turns off a lot of the enhancements that the TVs are putting on, right? It makes it back to how it would have been represented in my bay, right? The idea is that the filmmaker's intent, right, is displayed correctly with nothing else added to it that was unintentional, right? You don't want anything unintentionally added to your film that makes it have that soap opera look, right? You get that kind of smooth motion and it looks like a British TV show, you don't want that. And so getting back to the appropriate frame rate, the appropriate ranging, and the appropriate color imagery, filmmaker mode is 100% should be just turned on and you can leave it there. Now I get it, you have windows open, you need something, you need something brighter, right? You could put that on for sports, that's fine, but the second you're watching anything that is dramatic or anything that is, theatrically, mastered, please put on filmmaker mode, 100%. 4 movies on LG OLEDs that are killer. Well, shameless self-promotion would be Sea Beast, Netflix's Sea Beast. That was something that I graded recently. And one of the great things about that film is that a couple of the main characters in that film are named Red and Blue. And as you would guess, they are red and blue, and they look amazing on LG OLEDs. One of my favorite films of all time, Wizard of Oz, recently remastered in HDR, looks incredible on an LG OLED. The great thing about Wizard of Oz is there's so much color in that film. So much of it is about going from a black and white world into color. And it's one of my favorites, ever since I was, a little Aggie. And when you think of Wizard of Oz going from the black and white world to the color world, something that struck me a while ago when I saw it was a black and white film that was in HDR. And it was one of the best uses of HDR I've ever seen. And it was Roma, Alfonso Cuarón. And this was like a masterclass in like Ansel Adams' zone system, perfect black and white, subduing the things that he did not want you to see and just really highlighting the things that were important to the story. And it added so much to the drama of that film. I was really blown away by how good that was as far as an HDR grade. For a 4th one, that got me on the spot. Can I not give you a movie and give you something else I use my LGs for? All right, so I'm super nerdy. You don't get into this profession unless you're not, right? And by being, kind of that nerd, right, I do play a lot of video games. And let me tell you, the LGs, the high-end OLEDs at 120 hertz, HDR, you got the NVIDIA GeForce, the ability to talk to the GPU and have variable frame rate. It is incredible. Right, it's some of the best gaming displays that you can get. Elden Ring, I guess that's on my brain because they got new DLC coming out. Elden Ring is one of the best pieces of media ever made. It's stunningly beautiful and gorgeous, and even better in HDR. So that was something that when I remember playing that game, very transformative for me. Going, wow, somebody needs to make a movie out of this. It's so pretty.